Hey there, CJ Math Scholars. So tonight we're going to help you out with homework 1.5, function tables and review. To prove to me that you watched the video, go ahead and draw a little optical illusion here. And then make sure your work looks exactly like the ones in this video. So this is what's called a Pizzazz Puzzle. I've kind of adapted it for our homework, but it's basically a riddle. It says, why did the actress cut a hole in the theater floor and die through? And the answers to these problems would give you the answer to that riddle. I'm more concerned about the work, so let's go ahead and do that. So for number one, we have the function table y equals x plus 5. And they want you to plug these numbers in for x. So let's go ahead and show our work here. So y, oops, sorry about that. Y equals 2 plus 5 first. And what's 2 plus 5? 2 plus 5 is 7, so put 7 right there. Then y equals 15 plus 5. What's 15 plus 5? It's 20, so you put 20 right there. And then they also want y equals 99 plus 5, and that's 104. All right, so that's simple. And please make sure on even problems you show work just like I did right there. All right, for number 3, remember this means multiplication. So we're going to multiply here when I plug in. So y is equal to 4 parentheses 16. Y is equal to 4 parentheses 45. Y is equal to 4 parentheses 2.5. And now let's do that multiplication. All right, so 4 times 16 first. And we will multiply, sorry, I'm using my reference sheet. 4 times 16 is 64. Put 64 right there. 4 times 45, I will help you out, gives you 180. And then 4 times 2.5 gives you 2.5. Sorry, not 2.5, 10, my fault. All right, on number 4, I'm going to help you out here. This means divide when you have a fraction like that. So the first one is y is equal to 24 over 2. Then y is equal to 9 over 2. And then y is equal to 0 over 2. Well, 24 divided by 2 is 12. 9 divided by 2 happens to give you a decimal, and it's 4.5. It's half of 9, right? Think about it. I told you split $9 in half. You'd take $4.50. I'd take $4.50. And then 0 divided by any number is just 0. So we have 4.5 and 0. Let's scroll down to a problem like number 5. So we're going to multiply and add here. So y is equal to 3, plug in 4, so parentheses 4, plus 2. Now remember, PEMDAS tells us to multiply before we add. So we're going to do 3 times 4 first, which is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. Next one, y is equal to 3 times 18 plus 2. Right? The whole thing stays exactly the same. The only thing that changes every single time is the x. So 3 times 18 plus 2. So we have 54 plus 2 gives you 56. Y is equal to 3 times 0 plus 2. I don't actually have to do this because look, 3 times 0 is just going to be 0, so it equals 2. 0 plus 2 is 2. So y is equal to 3 times 1.5 plus 2. And I'll help you out on that. 3 times 1.5 happens to be 4.5. Sorry, plus 2 gives you 4.5 plus 2 is 6.5, right? $4.50 plus 2 more dollars is $6.50. I'm going to leave you guys to do number 6 and 7. It's very similar to number 5. Make sure you're multiplying before you subtract. Make sure you multiply before you subtract. So like I'll get you started on this one. Y is equal to 30 minus 2 times 6. You're going to first do 2 times 6, so minus 12, which will give you your answer of y equals 18. So you guys finish that one up. Then I'm going to help you out with number 8 here. Y is equal to, this says 5 squared. 5 squared is interesting. We haven't talked exponents yet, but this means 5 times 5, not 5 times 2. So that's 25 plus 1 is equal to 26. That's what an exponent is. An exponent says take that number and multiply it by itself. So I'll do one more with you. Y is equal to 7 squared plus 1. 7 squared is really 7 times 7, which is 49 plus 1 equals 50. 12 squared, 20 squared, I'll let you guys take care of those. So make sure you finish those off. Anything I have not done, you need to do and show work like I've shown work. Right? Here's how the riddle works if you really want to figure it out. For number 1, you give them the letters T, H, A. So basically you go down here, you find wherever you see 7, you're going to put the T because you had 7 for the T. Where you ever see you say H, sorry, wherever you see 20, you're going to put an H. And wherever you see 104, you're going to put A. So this is actually a good way to check your work, because if you're not getting one of these answers at the bottom, then you're wrong, right? So let's do this. 14 is A. 56 is I. 2 is U. 6.5 is S. 18 is H. 18 is H. 26 is S. 50 is O. 50, where are you? O. Let's fill in some of the other ones here. 64 and 180, N and G. 64 is N, 180 was G. And basically, by the end of this, 10 was U. You will have, all this will make out the answer to the riddle, basically. So 12 is H, 4.5 is E. 12 is H. I think I have one more letter. Yes. 0 is T. All right. So it starts with she and then something else. So as you finish off those, you should be able to get the answer. Your answer will answer this riddle up here. Why did the actress cut a hole through the theater floor and dive through? Well, you have to do the rest of the work to find out. All right. On the back side, we're creating equivalent fractions. Notice there are letters. They have nothing to do with the riddle. They're just, instead of putting like problem number 1, this is problem number E. Okay. So basically, to create equivalent fractions, say what number do I multiply top and bottom by? So they want you to do 2 times 5, which is 10. So 10/15 is equal to 2/3. 4 times 3, 12. 3/12 is equal to 1/4. 3 times 8 is 24. 24 over 56 is equal to 3/7. And then you keep on doing this. Let's go down to these ones here. These ones you ask yourself, all right, 5 times what number gives you 20? And the answer is 5 times 4. So 2 times 4 up top. 8/20 is equivalent to 2/5. 6 times what number gives me 36? 6. So then you use 7 times 6, 42. 36 over 42 is equivalent to 6 over 7. 4 times what number gives me 12? 4 times 3. So do 15 times 3, you get 45. Okay, you're going to finish off the rest. And ordering decimals, we've done this. I'll do one of these for you. You stack your decimals just like I'm stacking them. And any place you don't have a number, you fill in with a 0. They want them from greatest to least. So the biggest one, easy right off the bat, is going to be 5.000, followed by, that's number 1, right? Followed by number 2, the next biggest. You want to look down here on this row, on the 10th row, right? The 9 is the biggest number I see, so that's the next biggest one, 5.990. So that's number 2. And then look down this row, just between these two. So you have 0 and 0, 0 and 1 up. The 1 is bigger, so 4.010. That's 3, and so obviously the smallest one here is 4.001. All right. I'll do number 25 with you as well. 3.5, 3.05, 3.55, 3.555. Fill in with zeros. So again, they want greatest to least, so they're all 3s, good. So then I look down here, nothing but 5s except that one, so that one's out, so ignore that one. Here we have 0s and 5s, so that one's out, so it's down to between these two, this one and this one, and this one is 0 versus a 5, so 3.55. The 5 in the thousands place pays off, so that's number 1. Coincidentally, that will be number 2, 3.550. Think about money, right? $3,555, $3,550. Now is it versus $3,050 or $3,500? Obviously, $3,500, right? The last one, 3.050. Right? That was 3. This is 4. Try and make it as neat as possible, like I did, stacking them, putting them all, your answers all like this. And do me a favor, actually circle your answer nice and neat, please. Makes it a lot easier to grade. And lastly, we have a little bit of rounding. So I'm going to do the odds again. They want you to round to the ones. This is the ones place. So circle this number. Does it tell us to round up to 4 or stay the same? It tells us to stay the same. So it's going to be 54.00. All right, round to the tens. This is the tens place, right? Does it tell us to round up to 9 or down and stay the same? Well, 5 or more, you round up. So this is 90.00, and they want $1, so make it dollars. And lastly, round to ones. So there's the ones place, circling the 0. Does the 0 tell us to round up to 2 or stay the same? Tells us to stay the same for 1.000. Okay, all the rest are yours, guys. Make sure you are showing work just like I have shown work. Unfortunately, you can't call me if you have questions. I won't be back until this weekend. But maybe email, I might be able to respond that way.